Hi everyone, this is a video based on plate tectonics, and the TEACS is 8.9b, which is relate plate tectonics to the formation of crustal features. This is by Jackie Mirrielees, me, from Bella Middle School. Here is a little corny joke from Tectonic Relationships. Hope you enjoy. Today you'll be learning about the three types of different plate movements or plate boundaries. There are the first, which is convergent, in which two plates collide, and what creates it. The second is divergent, in which two plates divide or separate from each other, and what that forms with what crustal features. And the third one is the transform boundaries, in which two plates slide next to each other. And there you'll also learn how they are made. Convergent boundaries. Oh, first off, all boundaries were made... never mind. Forget that. Okay, so convergent boundaries. Convergent boundaries are boundaries that collide, which you already learned the first time. Convergent boundaries can create folded mountains with continental versus continental plate, a subduction zone with a continental plate and an oceanic plate, volcanoes, and deep sea trenches with oceanic and oceanic plates. And here's a little picture of the side, as an example of when two plates collide, what it can form. And that one is an example of a subduction zone. The next plate, it would be the divergent boundaries. Divergent boundaries are boundaries that divide. They separate from each other. Divergent boundaries create seafloor spreading with oceanic versus oceanic plates, rift valleys, and fault block mountains, which all include continental versus continental plates. And those divide. There's an example. I believe this one's a rift valley. The next and last boundary is transform boundaries. Transform boundaries are boundaries that slide next to each other. They glide past each other. Transform boundaries create faults and earthquakes, much like the fault in San Francisco, the San Andreas Fault. And there's also earthquakes around there, and I can't speak, small space called the Ring of Fire, which has a bunch of earthquakes, and there's most likely transform boundaries there. And here's an example of what two transform boundaries do. The plate boundaries were made with the theory of continental drift, which was made by Alfred Wagner with his theory of how I can't say anything. About how the world was all connected into one massive continent called Pangea back then, and how they separated, and the tectonic plates would be a method of how they separated. Today we learned about the three tectonic plates boundaries and what they create. We learned about convergent, which is to collide, divergent, which divides, transform, which you can either slide or glide next to each other. And you learned what they create, each different one. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello.